Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Black Link Experience. I am your host, Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and I'm so excited for this interview and to be here this evening with my special guest. So I'm going to go ahead and allow you, first of all, welcome to Black Link Magazine.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm thankful you invited me on.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and tell the world who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Ricky. I go by TrickyRicky. I'm a systems administrator for Alabama's Finest, which is an independent media streaming server who's at one point was a top 100 shoutcast stream, but we transitioned over to providing musical content for online gamers.
Wow. That's a big deal. Online.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about how that works and how that connects with the online gamers? Because that's huge.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We started out as a website that was catered to artists who were seeking music distribution. That was before Spotify and Tidal and all blew up, But when that kind of took fray, we kind of changed our format and we ventured off into radio. We're using shoutcasts, and so it happened in the midst of us getting all our, connections and listeners listening to our stream, there were a series of gamers from a game called Multi Theft Auto, which is a spinoff of Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
So the developers of that application, they liked our music and they embedded it as one of the media players in the game. So on average, we see about 600 to 800 listeners per day. So we're looking about 80 some thousand listener hours so far this week.
This week. Oh, wow. That's huge. How did you get into the business of doing that? And kind of tell us what the steps are to get into doing something like that, because I know it's a big interest for the kids, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even younger, even adults are, into stuff like that. And I know that my son, he's into that gaming stuff, and it's important because he makes music. Your music can be heard on that if if they like you enough. So how does that process work?
Okay, see, like I said, I started out as a website that was distributing music digitally, and we transitioned into radio. And with that, we opened our server for relay partners to connect to us, and we established relationships with various tech companies that are emerging, and the gamers were one of which. Okay, so it's just basically equivalent to being a content influencer, on social media, but this is like for something that is growing. So when they grow, we grow, so how do we get open to it? It's just basically networking and building relationships with people that share the same interests as we do, and we all work together to accomplish a common goal.
So Grand Theft Auto, whoever owns that, they reached out to you. Is this
well,
right?
Actually, it's not. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's Multi Theft Auto. They had to get a license from Grand Theft Auto, which was the people Rockstar Games who make that, and they made an open source version of it. So where it's kind of like on these platforms like Stream, so these people, they look for music content as well. So they were just basically scouring through different radio stations to find music that would fit the the latitude of the game to where, it helps the streamers, play better, while they're gaming at the same time.
So really it's about your music that you're providing.
Yes, ma'am. Basically based off the data analytics from the sheet that I just read this afternoon, they seem to like music that's in the top 40s category. So we're not like aiming at the big name company. I'm a big name artist per se. I mean, we're looking to build relationships with more independent artists that have that top 40 sound in order to give them a new lane to have their music heard, as well as to promote their releases that they have on all other platforms. So it's kind of tailored for the gamers, and it benefits us because we're helping other artists, reach other avenues, that it'll be harder for them to reach on their own.
So how do you pick and choose who, or how do you even get connected to that artist to know? Is it that they come to you and say, hey, spin this record or whatever? How do you make that connection?
Okay, we've have received different emails from different artists that are looking to have their music heard. You know, we just have a team of people that'll listen to the music and ask them, what do you think about this song? You know, if I get several people to say, you know, I like it, you know, then yes, I would go ahead and include it. And I'll see how it will perform for about a week. If they like it, I'll play it more. If they don't like it, I'll put it back, you know, and then we just basically move in the next set of artists. And it's kind of like a rotational thing. And for those that I like, they get the spotlight.
Wow.
And we're also paying artists per stream. It is 2 cents per stream.
Okay. So how do you promote that you know, do you promote it to, you know, put it out there for people that they know about this? Or is it that they just know you're a radio station and they just want you to spin their music?
Well, I mean, the crazy part about it is I'm not even talking about it. I'm not even promoting it. If you look at my Instagram, it's just basically random clips of me goofing off in the studio or whatever. But it's like people that they hop on Google and they find content that is relevant to what they're looking for. And we pops up and they check us out because it's something they've never seen before. And we have our own website, which is called alabama'sfinest.net, as our stream relay up there, as well as the links to download. You know, we answer questions like as far as like sign up, get subscribed to, you know, promote to a heavier audience, you know. And this thing is not about money, it's more about quality of music because we are paying attention to the quality of the music that is sent to us.
Is it all clean music or is it, because I know with Grand Theft Auto, it's not clean music.
Yes, it's going to be uncut, you know, but we do choose music that, you know, is not very derogatory in a sense, but, you know, it's just more of the traditional top 40 hip hop that you know, listen to that has swear words in it, you know.
Okay. All right. So other than that, what do you, I mean, is this your main thing? This is exactly what you do on a daily basis and it keeps you busy?
Yes, it really does. You know, I'm paying attention to data analytics. You know, for a lot of people that are out on social media land, you know, when it comes to putting stuff out and they're thinking of the terms going viral, viral isn't something that just, you know, happens. It is actually something that is planned because you have to look at different demographics and the type of material that you're going to release. So
Right.
we think of that same concept and think of, you know, what will the end user like? And we try to provide that type of media for them, you know. Mm-hmm.
So if someone was to submit something to you and it didn't get in rotate, like everybody around the table was like, nah, not this time. Can they continue to submit to you?
Yes, we don't put no caps on the amount of songs you can submit to us. You know, if you submit several songs, we might pick or like 3 or 4 of them, you know, and we'll let you know which songs that we like and how you can request those. And of course, you can go to the website to request that song, and that song will also be played.
Ah.
Mhm.
Okay. Very interesting. Like you know, with the other game, I knew, you know, I hear the music in the background and I just never knew how they put that together. But, you know, with anything else, it's something, you know, there's process. So I understand that. How did you on this journey to where you are today? How did you get into the music scene and the music industry and what you do in the music realm?
Well, it's just a matter of being who I am, and you know, for some odd reason, people that gravitate to numbers. You know, I think that people should really go all after numbers, but just look into the quality of what a person possesses because everyone has to start from somewhere. But relationships are built over time. You know, it's just a matter of networking, rubbing elbows, and you know, working with people that share that same vision that you have in order to make the goal a reality and make it more accomplishable.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. What can you tell someone? What is your best advice to someone looking to get into something like this, or even just the music business, the music aspect, even radio? What do you tell somebody? Because there's so many people that want to break into the business, but everybody ain't gonna make it. But what would you give them?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because at some point, I am an artist. I still write, I still record songs, and I do put it out just for the sake of collecting digital royalties on it. But you know, from that aspect, I just would highly encourage an artist to be very diligent about what they're doing. Make sure all the songs that they're recording and putting out, make sure that it's completely registered. Make sure it's copywritten. Make sure they join a performance rights organization and cover all the steps that they needed to do in order to have a successful release that will turn around and pay them back in the end. That is where the royalties come in because it's 85% business and 15% fame. Now, in regards to those who are trying to get into radio, I just highly encourage you to, enroll into like radio and television broadcast production courses in college after you graduated, because there are so many different avenues in broadcasting that you can go in. You can go radio or you can go television, And in regards to being like on the tech side of things, I would highly encourage you to like pick up a book for one, and just enroll in some sort of courses that would teach you how to code, because there are so many different ways of making money. And there are a lot of successful gamers and people that are in the tech industry that are really under the radar, and people really haven't realized the true potential of what they have and how that potential can help benefit them in the end.
Is it difficult to get into the radio scene?
It is in the beginning, as far as like reaching out to terrestrial and being digital, me and being digital, I've had some friends in the terrestrial arena, but most of those have moved on to different markets. But I took all the grains of information that I pulled from them and learned, and I implemented that into what I have going to build something of my own, because this whole vision that I have going with Alabama's Finest, it is independently brand, independently owned, independently funded, and it is for people just like me that are looking to accomplish their goals.
Wow. Do you say to be independent or try to get into a radio station?
Well, whatever it is, if you're trying to work for a radio station, just be the best you can be. If you're trying to be an artist, be the best you can be. If you're trying to be in the tech business, be the best you can be. If you can do it independently, do it. It's funny you say that, because I compiled the entire server code by code, using terminal commands. And I'm in the process of launching an on-demand IPTV network, and
wow.
I'm doing it on my own because I don't want to pay someone to do something when I can do it on my own if I know how to do it, So, yes.
Wow. And what else do you want to share with people about your business and the things that you're doing?
Well, again, Alabama's Finest, we're an independent media streaming server. So all we do is we stream media. Okay. So it's just radio, soon to be television, digital distribution, giving advice into content management, in regards to managing your catalog, online repertoires and such.
Well, where can we find you on all social media sites?
On Instagram, you can find me at TrickyRicky357. On Facebook, you can reach us at Alabama's Finest Radio 365. I'm not active on Twitter. If you're on Clubhouse, chime in. Other than that, you can find me on alabama's-finest.net. Since I'm working on that server, I'm really there most of the day.
Okay. That's good. And so again, just to reiterate, if someone was interested in trying to get their music placed on the gaming arena, they would just email you correctly. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Email. Okay. So you guys out there that's interested, I mean, there's so many ways to make money in the business that you just don't have to hone in on trying to be an artist or just being in radio or just, there's so many different avenues. And this is one that's like really kind of new to me. I know I may be just old, but it's kind of new, and I really am interested in that. So you guys shoot him an email, follow him on all social media sites, and let's support everything that he does. Black Link Magazine, we appreciate you coming. We can't wait to have your article. I want that write up in the magazine, because if I don't know that, I mean, maybe I'm just old, but somebody else needs to know this. So I can't wait to work with you to get the article into the magazine. So with that said, is there any last word that you want to leave with the people before we get out of here?
No, I just, again, I thank you so much for extending the invitation for having me on, to talk about what I have going, and again, if anyone is interested in learning more about the services that we provide at Alabama's Finest Trademark, feel free to submit or send me an email at submissions@alabama's-finest.net.
Yes. So thank you again for being here. Have a good rest of your evening. You guys, we're going to get out of here for now. In the meantime, remember to respect yourself and respect each other. God bless.